In a recent appearance on Jinger Duggars' podcast, the Duggars, Jed, Katey, and her husband Jeremy Vuolo discussed whether or not they want more children following the breaking of a crazy family record. After delivering twins, Elsie and Emma, in January, Jed and Katey, both 26, shared details about their lives on the June 18th episode of the Jinger and Jeremy podcast. Following their April 2021 wedding, the happy couple welcomed a son, Trude, 3, and a daughter, Nora, 2. There was a short period of time when the ex-TLC star and his wife had 4 children, all under the age of 2, according to the calculations. "It's been 5 years since we met," Katey revealed. Looking at it in that light, we can't help but say, wow, this has been crazy. Jinger thought the same thing. Jeremy eventually addressed the burning topic on many viewers' minds. "So you guys are 4 in 4 years. Are you going to keep going?" Jed responded, "We're just praying about that." Katey made a joke about how they were temporarily taking a sabbatical from having a family. The couple would like to take a moment to cherish their current children, she said. "The tiny years are absolutely jam-packed with activity, especially with the arrival of our 2 new babies. It's a constant state of all hands on deck." Jed and Katey Duggar are actually ahead of his parents, Michelle and Jim Bob, in terms of the number of children under the age of 2, according to a fun fact. Jill Duggar was born in May 1991, making her parents' 4th child. Their eldest son, the scandal-plagued Josh Duggar, was 3 years old at the time. In January 1990, they welcomed twins Johannah and John David into the world. Jedidiah, Jed Duggar knows better than anyone the joys and challenges of a household teeming with young children, devoted adults, and plenty of diapers. The 25-year-old from the Duggar family, who are known for their enormous reality TV family 19 Kids and Counting, is not only carrying on the tradition, but maybe even faster than his parents. Jed and Katey, formerly Nakatsu, have unofficially broken the record for the fastest-growing next-generation family, which some fans are dubbing crazy, with the birth of their 3rd child in just under 3 years of marriage. Furthermore, they show no signs of relenting. "We weren't trying to break any records," Jed says with a giggle as he holds their 3rd child in a peaceful moment at their house in Arkansas. "We're simply carrying out our divine mission, which is to nurture a large and happy family, bestowing blessings upon each member." Statistical data keep it real. April 2021 was the wedding month for Jed and Katey. 3 more children were born to the happy couple in the years 2022, 2023, and 2025. Thus far, that's the equivalent of having a baby every year of marriage. Like you, we were taken aback. A woman clearly at ease. Katey's radiant face belies her humor. "Some call us crazy, but we just see it as our calling. Even on the most draining days, we like being parents." Fans of the Duggar family, who are recognized for their strong Christian beliefs, modesty, and yes, infamously big families, won't be surprised by this kind of momentum. However, Jed and Katey stand head and shoulders above the rest of the Duggar family, who have a reputation for having large babies at a young age. "As kids, we watched our parents handle everything with such poise," Jed explains. "What we learned is that love doesn't get divided among children. It gets multiplied." Extraordinary measures. Although the intention was not to break a family record, it has undoubtedly generated discussion on the internet. Fans, investigators on Reddit, and bloggers who follow the Duggar family have wasted no time putting figures to the stories. "Jed and Katey will pass Jim Bob and Michelle in no time if they keep this up," remarked one Reddit user. That was obviously not the original intention. In an official capacity, anyway. The very balanced and radiant Katey says, "I think we're just taking it one child, one season at a time." She sounds like she's living it up. "Yes, we are willing to have as many children as God provides. Still, we aren't in a race. All we want is to remain true." The parallels, however, are difficult to disregard. Over the course of 21 years, Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar welcomed 19 children into the world. Jed and Katey have the potential to become one of the biggest Duggar families in the future generation if they continue even half as fast as they are now. The number 19 isn't going to be mentioned, Jed says with a smile. Never say never though. A contemporary Duggar pair. Despite secretly following a more contemporary road, Jed and Katey share many of the same principles as Jed's parents. They have escaped the type of scrutiny that befell the Duggar family during their time on TLC. However, they have shared aspects of their journey online through YouTube vlogs, Instagram posts, and subtle house upgrades. Parents of Generation Z and Millennials appreciate their kinder, more personable style. The goal, as Katey puts it, is not to become viral. What we're doing is simply sharing bits and pieces of our lives. I hope it uplifts someone. Additionally, they have made new, purposeful parenting decisions. One example is Katey's candid discussion of postpartum worry and the value of mothers seeking assistance. In an effort to juggle fatherhood, career, and spiritual life, Jed has been open and honest about his struggles. The two of us have had to mature rapidly, Jed says. Yet we stand in solidarity. We hope and pray daily that our children will grow up to be people who value love above all else. Skeptics, inquiry, and belief. Unsurprisingly, there are those who find fault with the idea of raising a big family, particularly in the current economic climate. While some doubt the long-term viability, others wonder why. Do you believe? Does it run in families? At least, isn't it content? It doesn't take Jed and Katey long to shut down speculation. Why are there so many children? Jed gets asked all the time. But nobody ever inquires as to the rationale behind a person's desire for a single item or none at all. Not a fad. This is our vocation. And Katey says, we're not attempting to prove anything, with a nod. What we think God has placed on our hearts is all that matters to us. Our children are not widgets. They are dear to our hearts. Realisticism is also emphasized by them. As a result of Jed's real estate investments and small business, their family is well off. Managing the household and homeschooling her children is a full-time job for Katey. How do we proceed? Will they announce the arrival of baby Hash 4 prior to their 4th anniversary? Could be. Katey chuckles. We haven't made a final decision. Whatever occurs, happens. Alternatively, it's also fine. Just being here with these kids every day is a blessing, Jed continues. With the rhythm of two individuals rooted in common purpose, the pair navigates toddler tantrums, teething, and the rare restless night. We wouldn't trade it for anything, Katey says, describing the wild and gorgeous place. Latest version of Duggar. A new era in the Duggar family history has begun with Jed and Katey. The essentials, family, faith, and simplicity remain, but there is an increase in candor, humor, and openness. Yes, their lives are filled with children, but they are also filled with laughter, learning curves, and grace. Says it all. We're not perfect, as Jed puts it best. Not at all. However, there are other ways in which we are expanding. And just like that, the third baby squeals with delight, letting everyone know that this record-breaking family is only at the beginning.